I'll try not to touch on Ferguson too much since I know you're going to take us down memory lane here.
No, but I'll be quite honest with you. Like, Charles Oliveira is in my top 10 of all time, like my personal top 10.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So you go all out on Tony if you want, because I get to talk about my boy, and I'm so fucking excited. I'm so fucking excited I get to watch my boy fight. Fuck, I can't believe he's fighting. Oh my God. Yo, Pies, open up, before you do this fight, I want you to open up Wikipedia and open up Charles Oliveira's page.
Okay.
First of all, what's his birthday?
89. Oh, wow.
How old is he?
Crazy. Well, he's 2 years older than you, or younger than you.
Now, go all the way down, bro.
To the date.
Go all the way down. This guy is 31. His record is 29-8. Now, look at this. Jesus. Look at the column for performances of the night and championships.
Holy shit. That's nuts.
Mm-hmm. It's
10
insane.
times.
He's legitimately one of the greatest. Like, I'm so happy he started when he was so young, because I'm gonna get 5 more years of this, hopefully. He's a big bro. Can you please just quickly? I don't want to go through everybody. Go look at the record now, because I'm going to touch on a lot of this. But go look at his record now and just quickly scroll through those names that you see. And like taking he's 31 now, so at 22 he fought Donald Cerrone and got knocked out.
Wow.
Second loss of his career. This guy was fighting, bro, at fucking 18 and smashing people. He went 14-0 as a teenager, man. Like, what?
Jesus, yo.
Like, this kid is a fucking monster.
Yeah, and look at the fights that he has on his belt, man.
That's what I'm saying, bro. These losses are no joke. Like, I'm gonna cry.
I don't even think I could describe an excitement level to get you enough pumped for this one. These are your boys here, so let's jump right into it. We got the number 3 and number 4 ranked light heavyweights here. Tony Ferguson and Charles Oliveira. We know enough about these guys. Ferguson, that's our boy. That's a dude. You just got to root for this guy. He should have had his title fight against Khabib, but Corona killed that. He fought in the interim championship with Gaethje, and got some kind of knocked out, not knocked out, but TKO in the 5th round. But still a very credible fight. Held his own there. Was a tough way to see him lose in that one. Mm-hmm. But his resume speaks for himself. He has wins against Cowboy, Pettis, Dos Anjos. Mm-hmm. He's really deserving of that title shot, and let's see if he's able to get it, because on the flip side, Charles Oliveira, I mean, what can you say about this guy? He's no slouch either. Crazy to see that he's won 8 in a row, all by submission. You know what I mean? This guy is a submission machine. His last loss was in 2017 to Paul Felder, and we've seen his resume. We've seen some of the fights he's taken. Cerrone, all the greats along the way. So this one's I'm surprised this couldn't be a main event or a co-main event, I guess. But this is a main event style fight.
Yeah, and I mean, it's funny you say that. If the main event wasn't a title fight, you're 100% right.
This would be it.
It'd be a joke. It might have its own pay-per-view.
And deservedly so.
Like, I would watch UFC 255 or 256, and then I would go into UFC 256, Tony Ferguson versus Charles Oliveira. Like, I would have to pay an extra $20 to see the main event. That's what I'm thinking. But, okay, so I'm going to try to stay calm here and be as technical as possible. But, Tony Ferguson, I love the guy. But Charles Oliveira is probably, he brings out some raw emotion in me. He is just, I've seen him fight since he was literally a 20-year-old kid. I've watched every single fight. That entire win streak that he's on right now, I bet on every single fight of those. Like, it's just, he is my guy. Like, he's a kid that I've been just hoping to see the most from when it comes to title shots and stuff like that. And I'm not crazy, right? Because back then, when you're fighting guys and losing to Jim Miller was his first UFC loss, then Donald Cerrone, Cub Swanson, Frankie Edgar, Max Holloway, Anthony Pettis, Ricardo Lamas, and
legends.
Paul Felder. These are the guys he's losing to before his 30th birthday. What in the fuck do you mean? Is my question, first of all. Secondly, when I compare the skill that he has on the ground, you said it, right? The finishes, man. You can keep somebody on the ground and you can try to octopus them and you can try to, like, you know, grapple them and keep them on the ground as much as you want. But this guy is a killer on the ground. You don't want to go to the ground with him. If you're a jiu-jitsu fighter, you're in the mirror before, you know, when they show you the little fight cam, it's like, hey, you know, coming up next. You're in the camera just like this, you know, making sure that, you know, you could throw a punch for sure because you're not going to the ground with Charles Oliveira, right? So, I mean, that's kind of why I'm so obsessed with him. I'm just so obsessed. I don't care who you are. You've gone in there and either been elite enough to outdo him or you've lost. That's it. And so at 31 years old, he's riding this massive win streak. He's finally in his prime. I just can't believe I'm talking about a guy who I've watched this much hit his prime now. With that said, let's go over to a living legend in Tony Ferguson. First of all, this guy's last loss before that Gaethje fight was against Michael Johnson, another one of the guys that I absolutely love, who was a tough finale. So that was in 2012. So here we go with Tony Ferguson beating everybody else down his path. I mean, since he beat Abel Trujillo in 2014, he basically had a performance of the night or a fight of the night all the way through and hasn't stopped. Like, he just brings it, bro. And let me tell you, so does Charles Oliveira. But now let's get technical, Pies. Why do I feel that this is a terrible fight for my boy Charles Oliveira? In fact, before I get technical, let me break it down for you. Let's look at it from a ATS, gambling, all that fun jazz perspective. You go through Charles Oliveira's record, you can see and pinpoint certain types of fighters that unfortunately over the course of his career thus far, he hasn't been able to outsmart in a way to either get them to the ground and submit them or put up enough of an offense to steal a decision. If you look at the guys he's fought, unfortunately, Tony Ferguson falls so much into that category, and it just so happens that he might actually be the best as well. And so that is a scary factor where you think about, yeah, so Tony Ferguson on the ground is an absolute monster because Tony Ferguson on the ground is constantly trying to maul. Tony Ferguson is constantly trying to land elbows. He's got the deadliest elbows I've seen because no matter where he lands them, he seems to cut you. So all these little things of just, you know, if I could take a over-under and the amount of ounces of blood spilled in this, I'll take the over every time. Like, I just don't know who's going to bleed first, but I tell you now, if someone doesn't finish, like, this mat's painted red.
That'll line it up real nice for Figueiredo. Hey, just swimming in blood.
It's just like you see him slipping and sliding.
I was thinking about that the other day. It would be the worst taking a main event and having like 15 people's blood to just lie on.
It's funny. I'm going to show you a clip of Joe Lozon back in the day. Dana White actually sent him the canvas of the octagon because of how much of his own blood was on there.
No way.
Yep. I'll show you a picture of that.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, it's insane. And that's a fight to watch, Pies. If we ever had like maybe even like 10, 15 minutes just to chill out while we were hanging out, or even like that's a fight you have to remind me to throw on for you. That's worth it.
All right.
Yeah. That's a 3-round worth of fight. It's Joe Lozon, and I want to say Jim Miller. I'm going to just quickly look that up just to be sure because, you know, I'm on a video right now and I don't want to be the guy that gets that wrong.
So, you know, while you're looking that up,
yes, correct.
You can kind of lean right into yeah, you got it?
Yeah, we got it.
All right, we're going to have to watch that one for sure. So, you know, jumping right into the odds for this one, also another one that's very, very tough to call as it can go either way. Who do you see being the favorite and by how much?
Yeah, so again, I think Tony Ferguson, just coming off of that loss, being who he is, like, so it's funny, like, I'm obviously ready for that question. I don't want to beat around the bush. I'm going to say it's Tony Ferguson. Just no way it couldn't be. And that's only because of everything we've seen, everyone talking about it. He's been part of the Khabib Justin Gaethje conversation for years now. And so that to me is just like it's a new level of hype and like credibility and skill where I think that leans Vegas lines as well. So I'm going to go Tony Ferguson. But again, Tony Ferguson cannot be a minus 200 favorite against Charles Oliveira. And so I'm going to go Tony Ferguson minus 140.
Ooh, I'll give you the bell for that one. I'll give you the bell for that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tell me, Pies. Yes.
He's minus 175 favorite. Line hasn't moved. It's standing pat at 175. So, you know, he's coming in a decent size favorite, but, you know, we'd consider him a mid favorite here.
You know what, Pies? I'm actually going to retract the bell for that. And here's why. Because it doesn't line up with the mentality that I had going into that line. because that to me is actually more of a factor of, you know, if people start laying on this fight, I have to assume it's going to go Ferguson off the bat. It just, Charles Oliveira names just don't seem to get the bump. And so that's where I can't take the bell from you on that one, because I can see that line closing at like -200, -220.
Yeah, we'll kind of monitor that one. Do you have a lean either way? I mean, based on your analysis, it seems like Ferguson has the slight edge, but, you know, is there enough value on Oliveira to take him here?
Honestly, bro, I might sprinkle that out of love, but I'll tell you right now, if there's a value bet on here, it's the under. Here's why. If Charles Oliveira musters any kind of offense against Ferguson, it's either going to be if he kind of pulls guard against the fence or Ferguson tries to take him down, which I don't think he will. It's going to be tough. It should be tough for him to find those opportunities. But Ferguson's an animal. Ferguson can land. I've seen Charles Oliveira rocked. Tony Ferguson has the hands to rock people, especially for 3 rounds. And so that's where, for me, I can see multiple game plans and coaching strategies that lead to an under. And I think that's a fight where Vegas might line up. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, well, you know, we're actually getting plus money on that as well.
Oh, you can see lines now. Before we weren't getting these on Tuesdays. Baby, we're back to talking about this live.
I wouldn't get used to it. It's probably because it's UFC 256 and not some UFC Vegas card. But no, that under is there, and it's sitting at a +110, under 2.5. So.
Yeah, bro, that's value, man. That is value because of those reasons. Like, Tony's just such a good striker, especially in comparison. But if this goes to the ground, both guys can finish. Tony with the grounded pound and Charles.
You want to know what's pretty crazy, and you know, kind of exploiting some of that value. The under 2.5 is +110, but the fight to not go the distance is -200. Like, that is serious value, and we've even seen taking under 2.5s and it gets knocked out at, say, 2 minutes and 40 seconds. You still hit it, you know.
Oh man, Pies, we have so much fun with those bets, and like, you know, like, it's just I don't even know what to say to you right now. I don't even know what to tell you. I don't know what Mushroom Man in Vegas is like. Yo, guys, you're not gonna believe it, but I have this vision. The last 2.5 minutes of that 3rd round between Tony Ferguson and Charles Oliveira. Watch what happens. And so that guy probably got a good little word in.
How is that worth 100 basis points? 100 basis points. That makes no sense.
Maybe he's the team lead, bro.
Oh, we might need to have a chat with some of these odds makers here.
I mean, it reminds me of the judge from last week.
He got an earful from those commentators, that's for sure.
Oh, and then Dana White went off on him in the post-fight press conference directly.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All of our picks are going to be locked in on Instagram, on Twitter. We'll be making sure to post all our plays, including the entire fight night card, all of our picks. As always, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Anything else you want to plug, Siraj?
Yeah, honestly, guys, this is probably gonna be my favorite card in a very, very long time, and so I'm gonna try my absolute best with Paisan to get as much content rolling out as we can for this week. We're gonna have a lot of fun with it, and I'm excited to maybe get together with you, Paisan, and watch, because this is gonna be an absolute fire card. I can't wait.
Oh yeah, I can't wait either. It was a pleasure, Siraj. Love talking to you, man.
You too, my boy. Maybe I'll be back in my Edward Snowden dungeon soon, but till then, peace out, y'all.
Later.